Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good afternoon everyone. We are the group 4. So, for the first, we want to introduce ourselves. The member of group 4, they are Dinda Fatimatur Rohimah, Dea Nugraheni, Rati Pratiwasri, Wardatul Akifa, and Vivi Nurfadila. For today, we want to tell you about how to operate the Microsoft PowerPoint and how to operate the Prezi, and then the description for information about Microsoft PowerPoint and Prezi. For the first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Rati Pratiwasri. I want to tell you about introduction, definition of Microsoft PowerPoint, and the function of the Microsoft PowerPoint. For the first, before I want to tell you about the definition of Microsoft PowerPoint and introduction, I want to show you about the table of content. In the table of content, there are 5 parts. For the first is introduction, goals, functions, and benefits of Microsoft PowerPoint and Prezi. The third is how to operate Microsoft PowerPoint and Prezi. The fourth is advantages and disadvantages. And the last is conclusion. Next, the first is introduction. In the introduction, the percentage is the most important part for some people to introduce the product to be over to other parties. Without us realizing it, presentations always start the step of introducing our products, whether it's just us directing the conversation, giving samples, or maybe explaining in detail the ins and outs of our products. The development of the presentation itself has now undergone various advances, from those that are face-to-face to those that are communal or mass, that involve many audiences. Therefore, the development of the model used for presentations has undergone various changes. In the end, what is currently developing is presentation using IT-based media using facilities from Microsoft, namely PowerPoint. Next is do you know what is the Microsoft PowerPoint? According to Susilana, PowerPoint is a presentation application program on a computer. With the help of this software, one can easily create professional presentations which can be used as learning materials. It is hoped that the presentation or meeting can provide an attraction for the audience so that it is easier to understand what is conveyed by the resource person. Next. This is the purpose of using Microsoft PowerPoint is as follows. The first is to inform. The presentations contains information that will be conveyed to others. The second is convincing. Presentations contain information, data, and evidence that are arranged logically so as to convince people on particular topic. The third is persuade. In the persuade part, a presentation that contains information, data, and evidence that is arranged logically so that people want to take an action. The fourth is inspire. In the inspire part, presentation that seek to inspire people. And the last is entertaining. In the part of entertaining, presentations that seek to give pleasure to the information provided. PowerPoint is a medium for delivering presentation. So for the next, this is the function of using Microsoft PowerPoint. It would be describing by Dea.
The next is the function of using Microsoft PowerPoint. The first is simplify a presentation and presentation using soft copy so that it can be accessed on various computers, and then more attractive presentation with slideshow, videos, audio, image, and animation, and the last easy to create, organize, and print various slides. The benefits of using Microsoft PowerPoint. The first is able to increase self-confidence, and the second is focus more on conveying information because there is a material discussion on each slide, and then build interactive with the audience by presenting image and sound, and the last is helping the audience to be more focused. Now we are going to discuss about how to operate or use Microsoft PowerPoint. A. Steps in running Microsoft PowerPoint through the Start menu. The first is click the Start button and then select all programs and select Microsoft Office, and the last is click Microsoft Office PowerPoint and it will be
Steps in
open.
create new slide. First, in the slide thumbnail pane on the left, click the slide that you want your new slide to follow. Second, on the home tab, click new slide. Third, in the new slide dialog box, select the layout that you want for your new slide. And the last, select add new slide. Next, how to save the document that has been created. First, click the file and then select Save As and select the folder where you want to save it and click Save as Type to select which type you want to select, and next click File Name to name the document, and last click Save. Next, advantages and disadvantages of using Microsoft PowerPoint. Advantages. First, makes it easy for someone who often makes presentations in public, especially using tools such as screen projectors. Second, varied templates are one of the features found in PowerPoint. Third, exportable to PDF. When you want to present something, of course, you give leaflets or handles the audience so that they understand the points being discussed, and etc. Disadvantages of Microsoft PowerPoint. First, the presentation data processing software can only be operated on the Windows platform. Second, document instability in each version. This deficiency is often found in software developed by Microsoft. Third, the price is too expensive. This application is quite expensive, especially for students, college students, and small business owners. And the next slide will be explained by Wardatul Akifah.
Well, hello guys, I am Wardatul Akifah and I wanna explain about Prezi. So, what is Prezi? Prezi is a software today whose main function is almost the same as PowerPoint Microsoft, namely for internet-based presentation. In addition to presentation, Prezi can also be used as a tool to explore and share ideas on a visual canvas. And Prezi is used as a tool to create presentation in linear or non-linear form. Namely, structured presentation is example of linear presentation, or meme presentation is example of non-linear presentation. The next is the function of using Prezi. So there are three functions of using Prezi. The first is education. Prezi has begun to be known and used by high school and college students, an example of which University of Indonesia, as a medium for presenting complex thoughts, ideas, or other visual information. And the second is business and conference. Prezi is used as an alternative to using slideshow and PowerPoint. This product has been used by a number of business and political leaders to share and explore ideas. And the last is the function of using Prezi is information visualization. So, architect and visual design expert use Prezi to showcase their work and use as useful tool in visualizing their design ideas. Media organization use Prezi to help their reader explore visual information. The next is the benefits of Prezi. So there are four the benefits of Prezi. Prezi has a variety of unique design templates. And second, Prezi can be used for free. And the third, Prezi links and image can be zoomed and navigated easily. And the last, the benefits of Prezi is friendly UI makes the apply suitable for all ages. Okay, the next, this will explained by Yunda Partimatrohima.
Okay, I want to explain about how to operate or use Prezi for beginners. First, using your computer, start your internet browser and navigate to www.prezi.com. Once there, click on the blue Get Started button on the top right hand side of the website. And the second step is setting up an account, and the third step is once logged in you will be greeted with a welcome screen with a small floating overview of some of the features of Prezi. On the first screen, click on Get Started and then click on the floating arrow button on the right hand side repeatedly until the Start creating button appears. Once you click on that, on welcome prompt disappears. And the first step is start a new Prezi. Click on the Create a New Prezi button to get started on making your new presentation, and then using the canvas. Once you click on the Start a Blank Prezi button, the prompt will disappear and you will be able to see canvas. You will see a large circle with two labels reading. Click to add text. The circle is called a frame and they are equivalent to slides on traditional presentation software such as PowerPoint. And the last, you can using Prezi for create frames, adding text, add as many frames as you need, adding images, adding videos, using themes. Okay, this is link. Guys, you can click the link below and watch the video to better understand how to use Prezi. And then in here, that advantage and disadvantage. That advantage is the first display themes that are more varied compared to PowerPoint, and then interesting when in presentation mode using its GUI technology, and then it's simple in terms of making animation, and the last a selection of cool themes which can be downloaded online. And this disadvantage from using Prezi is because it only use GUI technology or zooming display, the software looks monotone, and then the installation process requires an internet connection, and then difficult to enter math symbols, and the last the trial version is valid for 13 days. So the last is conclusion. The conclusion from the using Prezi from the material is Microsoft Point is a software that will help in compiling an effective, professional, and easy presentation. Microsoft PowerPoint will help an idea become more interesting and have a clear purpose if it is presented, because Microsoft PowerPoint will be easy in making presentation outline slides. Electronic presentation featuring dynamic slide including attractive clip art, all of which are easy to display on a computer monitor screens. In making a presentation, slides that must be considered are new blank presentation and new from designing template. Meanwhile, Prezi is a software today whose main function is almost the same as a PowerPoint, namely for internet-based presentation. In addition to presentation, Prezi can also be used as a tool to explore and share ideas on a virtual canvas. Prezi use the zooming user to zoom in and out their presentation media. Prezi is used as a tool to create presentation in a linear and nonlinear form. Linear presentation are structured presentation, meaning that one view is sequentially with each other, while nonlinear presentation are presentation in the form of mind map. Okay, thank you for the presentation.